to go over a couple of key points, and you're going to hear from NYPD Commissioner James O'Neill, Fire Commissioner Dan Nigro, and we'll be joined momentarily by FBI Assistant Director Bill Sweeney, who will be available for questions. Tonight, New York City experienced a very serious incident. All elements of our first responders have been a part of the operation here, NYPD, FDNY, Office of Emergency Management, obviously our federal partners, FBI and others working with us. So all hands are on deck. Injuries are significant. You'll hear from Commissioner Nigro on the details of the injuries. But at this point, we can confirm that none of those injured are likely to die. We also want to be upfront saying that there is no evidence at this point of a terror connection to this incident. This is preliminary information. It's something we will be investigating very carefully, but there is no evidence at this point of a terror connection. I also want to affirm that based on what we know at this hour, there is no specific connection to the incident in New Jersey. It is, again, too early to say anything definitive on those questions, but there's no specific evidence of a connection at this point. I want to say more broadly, there is no specific and credible threat against New York City at this point in time from any terror organization. So as we are analyzing what happened here, we are doing it against the backdrop where we have no credible and specific threat at this moment. But we do want to be very clear. The early indications, the initial indications, is this was an intentional act. We're going to have a lot more to say in the coming hours as we have more detailed analysis, but we believe at this point in time this was an intentional act. I want to assure all New Yorkers that the NYPD and all other agencies are at full alert, and that our anti-terror capacity in particular is at full alert, our Critical Response Command and our other key units, our Strategic Response Group, our Emergency Services Unit, all are on alert and all are dealing with this situation and being vigilant all over the city at this point in time. And we have in this city the most advanced anti-terror capacity of any city in this country, and obviously the largest police force of any city in the country, all ready to ensure our safety. Now, I want to be clear, whatever the cause, whatever the intention here, New Yorkers will not be intimidated. We are not going to let anyone change who we are or how we go about our lives. And we have the best police force in the country and a number of other key agencies, FDNY, OEM, etc., making sure we will be safe. We are at this point, of course, tracing every lead and every potential. It's too early to give you any details of the investigation because it has just begun over the last few hours. So I want to say up front, we're not going to go into a lot of detail about what we're finding so far in the investigation. That will take certainly more hours before we can give you more. But we do want to urge all New Yorkers, anyone who may have information related to this incident, anyone who is an eyewitness, anyone who may have video, the NYPD needs that. Please reach out immediately if you have any information that we can use. Call 1-800-577-TIPS. 1-800-577-TIPS if you have any pertinent information. Finally, a second site as we speak is being treated by the NYPD. It is 27th Street between 6th and 7th Avenues. There's an investigation underway and a substantial NYPD presence on that street, and that street has been cleared as this investigation continues. With that, I want to turn it over to Commissioner James O'Neill.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So at approximately 8:30 this evening, officers from the 10th Precinct were on patrol, driving westbound on West 23rd Street when they witnessed a large explosion in front of 131 West 23rd Street. The officers immediately called for additional units and ambulances. The NYPD Bomb Squad and the FBI Joint Terrorist Task Force were requested to respond. As of this time, the exact cause of the explosion has not been determined. Investigation into this incident is active, and at this time, an extensive search is being conducted. As the mayor spoke, there's a ongoing situation on 27th Street right now. The area around the explosion site is being treated as a crime scene. As of this time, there is no evidence to indicate that this explosion is a result of any natural gas cause. Again, the exact nature and cause of this explosion has not yet been determined. As of the most recent information, there have been 29 injuries reported. One of these injuries may be considered serious, and Commissioner Nigro will talk about that in a couple of minutes. The fire department is currently assessing the extent of any possible structural damage resulting from this explosion. And as further information is developed, we will provide it and give you updates. Commissioner Nigro?